Hey ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the title already, Alberta transgender wants MAID after sexual reassignment surgery goes sour, which is actually a very horrible thing. But if you don't know what this MAID is, it's when somebody says, you won't know what, I just don't want to live on this planet anymore. Government, would you help me please? If you give them an option to snippety snip themselves, which many try anyway and they fail, now you have a government that tells you, you know what, I'm gonna help you do it very well. Duchess Lois made the announcement on January the 17th tweet already views a lot of times. I'm accessing MAID as sterilized First Nation person of Treaty 6 who is also a post-op transsexual woman of 14 years. I qualify for it as someone who was sterilized, who has undergone vaginoplasty, two things that cannot be reversed or relieved. Do you get it? Once you start, you cannot go back. That's why I keep telling people, try to be gay. And it sounds very stupid, but guess what? You know why I take it seriously? I have a family that didn't understand it. It was all about getting love, tired of being alone, went from normal, then gay normal, then trans normal, then jump in front of a train because they could not find normal love. Lois posted a screenshot of the eligible condition for MAID. I am applying, I have the application, but I need one witness. But there is also a process if there is no witness. So I might just inquire about that option, which already tells me she didn't have any support. As soon as I submit, then the official process begins of assessments. In her profile, Lois of Alberta said she knew reassignment surgery was a mistake. In 2009, I was rushed into having CRS before I was ready, resulting in immediate regret and sterilization. Lois started announcing her decision to pursue MAID explained more of a story. The last couple of years were very intense medically for me. When I experienced depth loss in June 2021, I had to add a second dilation to my weekly routine to help myself. The doctor wasn't concerned, as she put it. We as female experience vaginal atrophy. What the heck is vaginal atrophy? Vaginal atrophy is a thinning, drying, and inflammation of the vaginal walls that may occur when your body has less estrogen. Okay, so what you're trying to say to me that a woman with a normal parts down there than a MAID one is just telling you, you know what, we all experience this. You don't even have this voice. So the fact that a doctor can actually respond to a person like that, if that is true, of course, a person is not even feel supported by the system that promotes it. But then at the same time, when it doesn't work, you're just gonna give them a defense case that I'm like, hey lady, if you have an issue, you can just loop. Life is good. The other lady, that is not a solution. They need to put something in there which thinks it's an open wound. Your body thinks it's an open wound. If they don't keep that open, air down there, pus, infection, ayomom, or maybe they have to remove the whole thing. Lois was experiencing pain, but her request to see a specialist was unheeded by the doctor, who instead referred to her to a gender clinic in Edmonton. In December 2021, she had a phone appointment. Okay, so this was happening also around the pandemic. We spoke about my hormones, that's another issue. Then the pain and the dilation. Okay, man, that's a lot. The referral was made to a specialist. Finally, she recalled. In 2020 came. Okay, that's a long time. I was referred to Lois Hole Hospital for Women about my hole. If you refer it like that, you know something is wrong. It was on the phone consultation, nothing more. I was relabeled from homosexual to asexual by the doctor. Okay, why would a doctor do that? If you're in so much pain and you don't want to have freaking sex, of course, you're asexual from the pain. That doesn't mean you're asexual. Come on. I know, man. That's like you're just labeling somebody else just because you don't have the ability to have sex in a good way. Well, I guess you're asexual. No, it's not a choice. Come on. Sometimes I don't think all doctors or psychiatrists or they just have an ideology they want to push until the ideology doesn't work and they come with this stupid answer as if they really don't care about you. Lois' problems continue. Then came June 2020. I experienced a rare event of a confusional migraine that lasted 22 days, and during that time I had forgotten which genitalia I had, and it caused me so much stress. And I was in and out of the hospital, and I tried to raise this concern with several doctors. Maybe they should have sent you to a therapist or psychologist. It was brushed off. I was so confused as to why I didn't even have a penis anymore. This was the tipping point for me. It's what changed my life and then I can no longer trust the medical system that is captured by the gender identity ideology. Told you, man, it has killed the Indian. That is the person referring to this. You killed me. Like the person, not the sex, not the gender. You killed the person. That is why this is way more dangerous. That is why people need to see what they can do with the worst quality in their life. They need to teach people that. That is what they taught me. You have one eye. You need to make the best out of it. Because the things that he experienced with his body, that he needs to dilate forever, like he needs to do it 2 times. I had an issue that I need to take care of my eye. My eye could not even see after operation because it was meant to make me see again. But what happened? Because my body thought, hey, you cannot see with this eye. Well, I'm gonna make it a gangster muscle. So he was growing gangster veins in my eye that was popping and breaking, and it was freaking painful. I just said, you know what, just remove the thing. I don't want to live with pain. In the next tweet on the tram, Lois said, so yes, I qualify as a sterilized Indian who has had a vaginoplasty. Then the type bada bing bada bam. A Twitter name said, your story can save lives, hold on. To this, Duchess replied, I'm using my story and experience to ensure this never happens to anybody else. After others made subsequent pleas that Lois would live, she wrote, I'm still here fighting. We need all levels of government to see this and see what is happening within our country. Another tweeter named Albo offered Lois something to think about. Have you considered that the MAID program is a bit similar to a transitioning process in that it's an activist driven and offering some solution? Just my opinion, but from here it feels familiar. I think it is familiar. Lois was not persuaded. I get to be free. I'm not scared. I'm just tired of suffering. So even if Lois was seeing this as something that is pushing into your face, an ideology, MAID, but pain conquers ideology. I don't care what you believe in. When there's pain, you will make way different decisions. That's why many people in the plane, when the plane is going to crash, they become a Christian again. Another tweeter said, things will get better. The world needs you. You have a purpose in this world. In some shape or form, you have a purpose. Lois replied, maybe this is my purpose? Albeit a timed person, but still a purpose nonetheless. So she is going like a hero. The thread already captured the attention of US psychologist Caroline Boronsenko, who wrote about it in her on her Substack Active Unwoke. She said she hoped Lois could find peace, but believed others shared same responsibility for her condition. Yeah, you need to speak out. They can only go right now to detrans, because if you go actually normally to talk about it, a lot of people see it as a very negative thing, as if you are promoting it in a negative way. I'm like, yo, yes, the far left and the radical gender industry are to blame for not stopping this before it got to surgery. That's true. Yes, if they discovered that he was homosexual or asexual before, maybe this would have never happened. But she had no chance. I can't even decide what she is. I'm so confused over the gender because I'm just trying to go through empathy, man. This is horrible. But the media and the mainstream journalists, the ones who work at the so-called credible publications and network, should have been on this years ago. It should have been wall-to-wall coverage warning people what was happening. They have the biggest reach in the land of the normies, but they have a responsibility to use it. But they don't care, because you are not allowed to talk about the negative thing that can happen, because back in the day, a few days ago or months, you weren't even supposed to say, hey, monkeypox. It actually happens way more with bias and gays, because that was a horrible thing. Then fact-checked it, it was true. I guess it was never an important disease anyway, because hey, it only affected for the people that you kind of advocate for. I don't know, man. I just think it's so disgusting. And I try to empathize with people, especially trans people, especially when I lost already a very important person to me that actually did this, and she is not here with us anymore. She jumped in front of a train. She was previously a man, a chill man, trying to find love, did not work. He tried to find a man to find love. Conservative love. Teamwork, chill, everything. That did not work either. He traveled to a different country, to Holland. A country with less God, maybe more progressive norms or whatever. Could not find love. He became a woman. Identified as a woman, everything. Could not find love. Was still treated like a piece of meat. Even worse. Because he wants the chill, beautiful, conservative love. Guess what? Suddenly, jumped in front of a train. Gone. And that's why I already worry it's a mental health issue and a lot of people don't spend time to do something about it. But now we have doctors that go with the procedure. You do the procedure, you get issues, you get problem, and suddenly they label you an homosexual. Like, okay, well, now you have to go through that journey. It's like, yo, be transsexual, be homosexual. Don't like it? Here's a MAID. There are people, even they want to detransition, and they tell them, well, I don't think you can detransition because you're too autistic to make a decision. You didn't stop them to make the decision autistically. But I don't know, man. Anyway, this is a rather serious topic. I just wanted to point it out. Maybe I'm alone on this journey, but let me know what you guys think. And, hey, man, I feel so bad for Lois. I wish her the best.